We all know how crazy Mortal Kombat is. It's the only game franchise where you can take a kunai to the face and still get up, ready to give out them hands. Bro, shouldn't you be dead?
Well, with Mortal Kombat 11 on its way, we thought it would be a good idea to help you guys get caught up with the stories of some of these brutal ass characters, in good old honest gaming history fashion.
And since we already covered Scorpion in a previous episode, which you should definitely watch by the way, we are going to use this episode to give you guys the origins of another one of the color-coded ninjas.
Another one.
On this episode, we'll be covering Sub-Zero. Alright, Donchi. Before we begin, I'm gonna need you to—
I know, it's Raiden, not Raiden. I'm not trying to get yelled at by more Mortal Kombat fans.
Alright, just making sure. So before we get into the current timeline, we're just going to give you a quick recap of everything that happened before Mortal Kombat 9. It's not really that important anymore, but we didn't do it last time and a few people got mad, so—
Basically, Bi-Han was the first Sub-Zero. At a young age, he and his brother Kuai Liang were taken into the Lin Kuei by their father in order to be raised as assassins, with Bi-Han growing up to be a more cold and ruthless killer, and Kuai Liang growing up to be more on the chill side. Get it? Cold, chill, cause they—
Shut up, Donchi. As an assassin working under the Lin Kuei, Bi-Han was tasked with murdering Shang Tsung, the person responsible for the first Mortal Kombat tournament. Bi-Han joined the first tournament, but failed in his mission, because Scorpion, an undead assassin from the Shirai Ryu clan, who blamed Bi-Han for killing him before this, bodied his ass.
So Bi-Han's dead, and his younger brother, Kuai Liang, was like, well, can't have that. Then he joined the second Mortal Kombat tournament for revenge. But unlike his ruthless brother, he spared his opponents. Scorpion noticed this and decided to act as Liang's protector, since he did kinda kill his brother. See, Scorpion's a nice guy when he's not throwing a fucking kunai at your chest. Afterwards, Sub-Zero leaves his clan because they're trying to turn everyone into cyborgs, and he's not about that life.
Later on in Mortal Kombat 4, he is forced to fight Scorpion because Scorpion heard through the grapevine that the Lin Kuei killed his clan.
So wait, what happened to Scorpion wanting to protect this Sub-Zero?
I guess things change when you murder somebody's family.
Scorpion wins, but Sub-Zero tells him that he's got the wrong ninja.
Scorpion then finds out that Quan Chi is responsible for murdering his clan, so Sub-Zero's life is spared.
Moving forward, Sub-Zero discovers that his brother was arrived as a corrupted specter named Noob. Sub-Zero tries to help his brother out, but Noob doesn't fuck with him. Then, long story short, Mortal Kombat Armageddon happens, and pretty much everyone except for Shao Kahn the asshole and Raiden, the Thunder God, die.
We know we skipped a lot of things in that quick recap, but like I said before, none of that stuff really matters anymore, because everything that happens in Mortal Kombat 9 and afterwards takes place in a completely different timeline.
So with that being said, let's talk about the Sub-Zero from this timeline. Alright, so after Armageddon, Raiden sent a message to his younger self, basically telling him to make sure none of that shit happens, thus creating a new timeline. In this timeline, however, Bi-Han and Kuai Liang were straight up kidnapped by the Lin Kuei. They were still trained to be the best ice-wielding assassins though.
This brings us to the new first Mortal Kombat tournament being held by Shang Tsung, where just like before, Bi-Han is a participant.
And just like before, Scorpion kills his ass, because Scorpion believes that the Lin Kuei is responsible for killing his clan and his family. And also because Quan Chi is the biggest instigator in the world. Quan Chi is that one dude in the friend group that talks shit solely to start some shit. You don't want him in your squad.
So to avenge his brother, Kuai Liang takes on the Sub-Zero title and joins the second Mortal Kombat tournament being held by Shao Kahn.
And his best friend Smoke comes through to back him up. The two assassins separate to cover more ground, but they are both apprehended by Lin Kuei members who have succumbed to the same cyber initiative that took place in the previous Mortal Kombat timeline. Both of them are not trying to become cyborgs, so they beat down the cyborgs that are after them and continue looking into the murder of Bi-Han.
Sub-Zero then runs into Sonya and Jax from Earthrealm. They both witnessed the events of the first Mortal Kombat tournament, so they are surprised to see Sub-Zero alive.
Didn't you die, bro? Sub-Zero lets him know that that first Sub-Zero was his brother, and that he's trying to find out who killed him.
The Earthrealmers let him know that Scorpion is responsible for Bi-Han's death. Then they direct him to the Coliseum so he can get his revenge.
So Sub-Zero runs up to Shao Kahn in the Coliseum and demands that he be allowed to fight Scorpion. Shao Kahn is like, bitch, I'm Shao Kahn. You'll fight this green dude and you'll like it.
So Reptile shows up and Sub-Zero bodies him.
Then Sub-Zero's like, I'ma say this one more time. bring me Scorpion or I'm gonna have to give you these ice cold hands. So Shao Kahn's like, alright bro, chill. Then brings out Scorpion.
Scorpion is confused because he knows this is a different Sub-Zero from the one that he killed.
But Sub-Zero gives no fucks, then proceeds to body the kunai throwing Spectre.
Before he could finish his opponent, however, cyborg assassins from the Lin Kuei show up and stop Sub-Zero.
Scorpion flees, and Shao Kahn is like, nah, hold up. Who gave y'all permission to interrupt my tournament?
The Lin Kuei cyborgs apologized for their interruption, then offered their undying loyalty to Shao Kahn and Outworld, as long as they're allowed to take Sub-Zero back home and turn him into a cyborg.
Shao Kahn accepts these conditions, then the cyborgs dip with Sub-Zero in their custody. And Smoke is stressed, cause his best friend is gone.
Later on, Outworld starts their invasion of Earthrealm, because Shao Kahn wants to combine Outworld with Earthrealm, and rule over them both.
Also cause the dude's kind of a dick.
During the invasion, Cabal, an Earthrealm defender, runs into a now cyberized Sub-Zero, who is working for Outworld.
Cabal defeats him, then the rest of Earthrealm's defenders, including Smoke, run into the two combatants. Smoke is glad to see his friend again, but it's also tight because Sub-Zero is being controlled against his will due to the cyborg transformation. So with the help of Smoke, Raiden, and the rest of Earthrealm's defenders, they reprogram Cyber Sub-Zero to give him back his free will.
As Cyber Sub-Zero, he attempts to infiltrate the Outworld HQ, but Sector sees that something is off, so Cyber Sub-Zero takes him down.
C-Zero then helps Earthrealm by freeing military soldiers from Outworld's custody, then defeating some of Outworld's fighters.
Everything goes well until he runs into his corrupted, revived brother, Noob Saibot,
who, just like in the last timeline, still doesn't fuck with him.
So C-Zero defeats his brother, and claims that they are no longer brothers. Then he reconvenes with the rest of the Earthrealm's defenders.
But the Empress of Outworld, Sindel, shows up and kills a bunch of Earthrealm's fighters, including Sub-Zero.
After this, when Raiden tries to fix this whole Earthrealm versus Outworld nonsense, it is revealed that Quan Chi now has a hold on Sub-Zero's soul, and is planning on using him to do his bidding.
Got him!
Luckily, Raiden does manage to defeat Shao Kahn and put an end to the Outworld invasion, but this is to stop Quan Chi from carrying out his plans. While we thought Quan Chi was working under Shao Kahn this whole time, he was actually working for the fallen elder god Shinnok.
Under Shinnok's orders, Quan Chi carries out the second Earthrealm invasion with the help of his Netherrealm forces and the revived bodies of the murdered Earthrealm warriors.
Revenant Sub-Zero, who was turned back into his human form, is a part of this invasion, and he and Scorpion attack the current defenders of Earthrealm.
They lose and retreat back to Quan Chi's and Shinnok's base.
But the Earthrealm forces storm the base, reseal Shinnok within his amulet, then defeat Quan Chi, thus knocking Sub-Zero unconscious.
Later, Sub-Zero awakens free from Quan Chi's control thanks to Raiden, and goes through a redemption arc in which he takes the Lin Kuei back from the cyborgs and rebuilds it in his own image. All of this is covered within the Mortal Kombat X comic book, but basically all you need to know is that Sub-Zero became a good guy again, and he's also the Grandmaster of the newly formed Lin Kuei.
After a few years of leading the Lin Kuei, Sub-Zero invites Scorpion, who was also now in his human form thanks to Raiden, to make amends for their past.
At first, Scorpion doesn't want to hear anything from the Lin Kuei Grandmaster, and things get worse when Sub-Zero's disciple, Frost, attacks Scorpion out of nowhere.
Yo Frost, chill! Get it? Chill? Cause
Still not funny, don't ye? So Sub-Zero proves his peaceful intentions by stopping Frost's attack. The two assassins then take a seat, and Sub-Zero reveals that Quan Chi was responsible for killing Scorpion's family and his clan.
Yo, Quan Chi is such a bitch. So Sub-Zero and Scorpion form a permanent truce, then Scorpion kills Quan Chi, but you knew that.
Later on, when the new generation of Earthrealm's defenders is doing what they can to protect Earthrealm, Sub-Zero participates in a training exercise for the team. He shows them the relevance of teamwork and how to properly take these hands.
And the last we see of our boy Kuai Liang is when he and the Lin Kuei save the new gen fighters from the grasp of Outworld. As for what happens after this, we're not sure, since there are no more scenes with Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat X. But don't worry, the new gen fighters managed to defeat Shinnok after he is revived the second time. And Sub-Zero is definitely still alive, since we've already seen him in a bunch of Mortal Kombat 11 videos.
But as for what's next for Sub-Zero, well, we're just gonna have to wait till April, when MK11 blesses us with his presence.
And that is it for Sub-Zero's story, guys. I know this video is a little bit shorter than most of my videos are, but there's not really much to talk about because in most cases, when you're covering a character from a fighting game, the story is pretty convoluted and short. Luckily, Mortal Kombat is one of those fighting games where the stories are a little bit more straightforward, so yeah. Anyways, I am super hyped for Mortal Kombat 11, which is why I made this video, and I cannot wait to see how they flesh out both Scorpion, and Sub-Zero story in the future. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to like it, share it with all your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's try to get this video to 2,000 likes in 24 hours. I know we tried doing it before. We got super close, but we didn't quite get there yet, but I am positive we can get there this time. In the comment section, let me know who else you want to see me cover in Honest Gaming history. Shout out to all my dope pages that make videos like this possible with their very kind donations. And if you are not already a patron and would like to become one, find out how you could support the channel for as little as $1 a month on my Patreon page in the description below. I never quite said that line like that before. I'm surprised I got the whole thing out, but yeah. Patreon page in the description below. Also, follow me on my Twitch and all my other social media platforms, which is also in the description below. And like below me, because I put like a little thing with my name under it right here somewhere. So you should be able to see that shit over there. So yeah. Also, last call for Dochi merch. This is the last video I'll be able to announce Dochi merch because the Dochi merch ends at the end of the month, which is next week, like Thursday or something. So yeah, if you want to buy some Dochi merch, if you want to buy some Dochi gear, check out the website. There's a button somewhere on the screen where you can check it out. And buy a shirt if you want to buy a shirt. If you don't want to, it's cool. More shirts will be available, but right now I'm putting an end to it until I think about more ideas for different shirts. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I gotta say. All right, so with all that being said, be easy, stay lit, and take care.